So the whole idea of putting a band together in Mexico started when I was back in LA, when the director of Fanny, The Right to Rock, sent me an email and asked me if I might be interested in participating in the documentary premiere. And I wanted to really badly, but I was packing up, getting ready to move to Mexico City, and I wasn't going to be there during the premiere. So I bowed out. I told her that I was moving to Mexico City. And then a little while later, I got another email that said, well, guess what? We're doing a premiere in Mexico City as well, and we'd love it if you'd participate in that premiere. And so I started thinking, how am I going to do this? I don't have a band. And luckily, I do have a lot of friends who play. And I have some friends here who I thought might be very well suited to do this show with me. So the DocsMex Festival is happening this month. But unfortunately, we ran into a scheduling problem because we all have things already on our calendar, and we had a short window to make the presentation and the premiere coincide, and it didn't coincide. So we weren't able to do it. But we still wanted to support the documentary. We knew that we wouldn't be able to play on the day that it was scheduled. Some of the girls had to go out of town that day, and they'd already planned their trip. Fanny is really important to me because they were pioneers. They were making rock history, and that rock history is never told. It's important for women and people of color, specifically women of color and queer women of color even more, to feel seen, to be able to see themselves on stage, to be able to think, I could do that. If we don't see ourselves represented, if we can't hear ourselves, if we can't hear people who sound like us, if we can't imagine people living like us and loving like us, then it's very difficult for us to find inspiration to go out and make our own history. I think that women really needed to find a place where they could feel like they were not going to be judged. Like if they had something to say, they could say it and be heard and be encouraged and feel like there was a community that supported them. And punk was that place, and punk still is that place. So to be able to go back and work with young women who are doing punk now and take some of our experiences and share them with them felt like a passing of the torch in a way, although we're not giving up the torch yet, but just kind of, connecting with these other women who are doing punk in a different country, in a different language, and feeling like we're all bound by the same thing, this sisterhood of like not wanting to be erased, wanting to support each other, and wanting to give credit to the women who came before us, while encouraging the women who are making music now, who are making new music, who are young and just getting started. We want you to know that we're here for you. Whether you came before us or after us, we're all connected and we're all here for you. And please go see the Fanny doc when it comes to your town. Support. So we decided that we were going to put a band together. Around this same time, I discovered that Belinda was coming to live in Mexico City. It was kind of just a gift that Belinda was coming to live in Mexico City, and she got in touch with me and said, let's meet for lunch. And I think I was just emboldened by the mole. I don't know what got into me, but I started talking about the Fanny documentary, and I asked her if she was a Fanny fan and if she would be interested in working with me and some of the girls here in Mexico to form a band and present at the documentary. And I guess she must have enjoyed the mole too, because she said yes. She said she had met Alice de Burr, she was a fan of Fanny, and she especially liked Alice de Burr. So we all have our favorite Fanny's, although we love all of you, don't get me wrong, the whole band is just fantastic and inspiring in so many ways. Each of you are just great musicians and just beautiful people. So, well, how could we say no? So this is a band that came together very quickly. We all knew we had a short amount of time. We knew we weren't going to get paid. We didn't even know when or where the concert would be, but we just dove headfirst into it. And we were very fortunate because the people at La Bestia Studios donated time for us to rehearse. Thank you, La Bestia. We rehearsed 2 or 3 times, and then we rehearsed once at my house too, to do some backing vocals. Right around the time that we started feeling confident, like we're ready to do this, we got the news that the documentary screen was confirmed for a date when we couldn't do it. We were enormously disappointed. We wanted to play, we wanted to show our support for Fanny, and we couldn't think of how to do it. Luckily, my friend Madam Punk was putting together an event called Monster Bazaar, and she had invited me to do an acoustic set. And I texted her at the last minute and I said, will you invite me again? Because the previous opening had been canceled. And she said yes. And I said, it's gonna be acoustic punk. And she said, yes, definitely. And then we got there with our little amps, and it wasn't quite acoustic, but she accommodated us, and we are so grateful for that. We decided to keep it a secret, but a few people kind of hinted at it, and I think some people figured it out. Anyway, it was an intimate gig. We were able to play in a space that was the size, probably smaller than most people's living room, and it felt intimate, but it felt so powerful and so joyous. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to feel connected with everyone. So it really speaks to Belinda Carlisle's punk attitude that she is willing to play a tiny place coming from playing stadiums. I think that's pretty awesome. And for those of you who don't know who Belinda Carlisle is, she is the lead singer of the band, the Go-Go's, who in themselves are rock and roll legends. They're about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Yes, yes, more of that, please. And to think that all that was inspired by a band like Fanny. I'm so grateful, so happy that I was able to participate in this, and maybe we'll do it again sometime. I definitely hope so.